I don't know if we're live. Yes, we are. Yay. Okay. I'm trying this a whole different way this week um, in hopes that it just oh, God, excuse me. Looks better. Oh, God. Okay. Not going great already. She's okay. Well, here we go. Good morning. I hope y'all are doing well and having a great Sunday. I am a little earlier than normal just because I had a million things to do today. And I want to get accomplished a lot. So I am excited because I get to go see the Bob Marley movie here shortly. And so I've been looking forward to that. And what else? You know, the usual cleaning, grocery shopping, probably toting kids from one house to another. But anyway, I hope you all have a great Sunday lined up, whether that's just chilling or doing something that makes you happy or responsibilities. Oh. But anyway, it's our morning check in. And today is a special day. So I'm putting them both together. It is the 3-3 portal. So, and it's in the Pisces season, which is my birthday season. And so this is, oh, I know this is not the most fun time for a lot of zodiacs, but I hope it does get better. I mean, Pisces season is a rough season for some because it doesn't really feel like you have any tangible things to work with. It's literally just all spiritual. And that feels very foreign to specifically earth signs, but also sometimes I think fire gets it, but I think the swords, you know, like air zodiacs kind of have a difficulty with that too, with, you know, Pisces energy. Actually, I know they do because one of my favorite YouTube readers is an Aquarius and Capricorn rising or moon, and she whines every time throughout the entire year. She whines about Pisces season. It's so difficult for her. So yeah, actually it is earth and air that have a little bit harder time with during Pisces season, but I enjoy it because I finally feel at peace, like flowing here, we're good, you know, like, and to me it's always like at the very end of the zodiac year, and it's the end of winter, thank God. I am not a winter person at all. The slight coldest breeze, I am chilled to the bone, and I'm not comfortable. So I am ready for spring. I am ready for spring to bring all the seeds that I've sown to, you know, actually bloom. So I hope that you guys feel the same. But this is the end of the zodiac year, and so my cat is going crazy, and I don't know why. What's the deal? What are you trying to do? He's pacing like he sees something, and yet there's nothing. Weird. Okay, sorry. It's just very, it's a lot right there. Like he's up on two legs, you know, like trying to figure out. Anyway, sorry. Okay, so I don't know. I think since we're doing portal energy, I knew he was going to do that. Damn it. There's something out in my garden area. Hold on 1 second. What is it? What is it? I don't see a bird. I don't see a squirrel. What is the deal? Yikes. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's start off with some portal energy and see what we can understand. I did have downloads this week, but I really honestly didn't write them down. I think mainly this week was just a really big week of realizing how poorly people communicate. while also thinking they communicate well. I don't know. I don't know that. I know everything that does happen that I experience is something that, because I know this is supposed to be my role in this life. So I understand that messages do come. Some are so specific to me, and then some are just like really like it's clear it could be for everyone. So, but yeah, I don't know what it was about this week, but it felt like anyone I communicated with, um, it's like we were speaking two foreign languages. One even said that they were like, I don't even know what you just said. Can you explain it? And I'm like, that was about as clear as I could get. So if you cannot read just simple, direct English, then you need, I mean, I didn't even reply. It was just like, you know what? I think you just sent that to me to just try to like, you know, poke the bear basically, because you knew that you were messed, you know, you, point is, I think that people just totally were just like on different levels this week. Like maybe I didn't make sense. I'll own that. But I am 99% sure that that was the most clear cut thing I've ever wrote in my life. And so it was just like, man, I don't really understand how maybe I'm on a different timeline than these people. And like they don't even know what I'm talking about because they're not on my timeline. Very possible, you know? So, but that happened not just once, a few times where I was just like, okay, well, I think we really are on two different planets right now. So I think that was the biggest energy for this last week. So I'm wondering if that was kind of the situation for you guys, and if it was like just a difficult. I mean, we had some crazy ass like things happening up in the astral, you know, like I'm not even gonna repeat it. It was just a bunch of stuff, and it was all in Pisces. So it was like already was starting off in a very confusing, murky, down at the depths of the ocean anyway, kind of energy. But you know what's interesting is that this week I did find out that this is why you do your birth chart. Okay, this is why you do your birth chart. That I mean, I've always known I had a Mercury and God dang it, this is a weird live. That's all I can say. I'm showing my bra. I'm saying really terrible words online. I don't know what it is, but anyways, you do your birth chart because I have Mercury and Pisces, and I know it's difficult. Like I talk really long, as you probably know, and I don't get very far. And most of my friends, I don't even really tell stories anymore because people just kind of like, like get to it, and they have no patience for me. So you know that's one of those things as a child up until now. It's one of my okay, I'm just not going to talk because people don't get me. They rush me off. They have no patience for me. So I'm just not going to talk. And I still do that sometimes because it's inherently been, you know, I've put that on myself, yes. But my point is that you do your birth chart because you find out things like this, which is I found out this week that someone finally described a Mercury and Pisces to me that I understood, resonated with, and it wasn't just some glossed over, quick, oh, there, da, 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 da. You know, it was tangible information. And they had said that these people who have this, it's probably one of the hardest Mercury placements because they don't even like, they can never get to a point. They speak in riddles. And it almost feels like when you're listening to them, you're having to place pieces of a puzzle together to try to understand what they are doing. And I'm like, yeah, that is probably how I come off. I'm certain of it. My whole life I've been like felt that way. And so I thought it was really interesting because it made me just go, okay, you don't have some learning disability that is keeping you from, being normal in your, uh, society, I guess, really. I don't know. But I thought it was really interesting. That came this week. Again, it was something about communication this week. It was a lot of communication this week. So that was really the only download that I can remember. But if I get any more, I'm hoping that they'll channel it to me while we're here. So, anyways, doors. And it says, are you closed or open? Secret, trap, ancient, they all need a key. And it says, come out wherever you are. Okay, so it's a doorway, which to me that really signifies, I don't know if it's actually a really literal door. Now, granted, some of you might be buying a new house or a new apartment and you actually literally are turning the key to a new door. Very possible. Oh my God. And I just got like also, maybe some of you are going to meet some, your boyfriend, girlfriend's parents or family, and you're going, I saw someone walking through the door, like, and feeling very like nervous about meeting your person's significant people, so that could be for someone. And, but other than that, I really just get the feeling of, that saying, when one door shuts, a window opens. So maybe something's ending for some of you, but understand that you're always going to be presented with another door when one shuts. It will already be cracked, ready for you to open. So anything else more we can know about this? Okay, but there is a key. I just realized it was screaming at me. So there is a key. Now, have you felt like you've gotten some new information in lately? Where did that go? Oh, here it goes. That helped you open a door? Even mentally, like, oh, it opened up that avenue of like thinking of that. Like that's another, okay. The only way out is through, and it's labyrinth. And it says, if she'd have kept on going down that way, she'd have gone straight to the castle. I don't know if anyone knows that movie, but it's called Labyrinth. And it was the little worm from the first like 10 minutes or so, who's the first little helper that the princess was trying to, maneuver through the labyrinth to save her brother. But he doesn't, let's just say this, he doesn't send her the fastest way. And so it maybe feels like there's a situation here where you're like, well, that could have been done a lot faster. Like I should have picked that door because then all of this would have been faster. I could have, not gone through all of this crazy stuff. I think there's that energy of like that where you're questioning why you had to, really, why did I have to go through all that? Why did I have to take every one of these damn turns and they were all wrong? Like, I mean, I guess it's not wrong when you finally get to the end, because once you enter, you have to stay in until you're out. But it's almost, I feel like, you realize that you kind of made it harder on yourself than you should have. How about that? That's what I'm feeling. But everything happens for a reason. That's what I'm trying to like also say. But we also have a fire portal. Watch the flame dance. Vital fire portals. And it says, in the intensity, you will find the answer. Yay. So this has been an intense situation with the labyrinth and then the whole intensity energy. I think definitely there's been, you know, whatever is this portal is bringing. I think I honestly think I can't say for all of you because this is a collective reading, but what I feel is that this is how it's been. And this is what you're going to like. What are we slingshotting into after this portal? It says nature. Man could never make anything more perfect. Hike or picnic. Well, A, you should definitely get out, but also B, I think it's more like your natural form, your natural characteristics. Like, like you're going to feel like natural in your body again, if that makes any sense. And then we got the moon bow. Oh, I love it. It's a rare phenomenon, emotional breakthrough in the darkness. And it says, this is the pot of gold. A moon bow is a rainbow that happens with the light reflection from the moon. I mean, I could only hope to see one of those in my lifetime. It's that rare to see. So, but the point is that, this is an emotional, I think now that it's broken it down to an emotional situation, then definitely you have been having some intense ass emotional roller coasters happening. But I think that it's like going to become peaceful after this portal. Say anything. Drive you wild, and the letter R. This is how it came out. We got more fire energy over here with the fire portal. That's for sure. I think this is something that you have to like communicate. I told you this has been one of the strongest weeks of weird communication. And I mean, it's almost like you really have to communicate what is passionate to you. And if you don't, like how I was describing how I've just pretty much given up on speaking for like many, many years. I just didn't talk, I mean, I talked, come on, but I didn't really put myself out there because I just felt like it was dumb to, because people just would not respond the right way. So maybe that's it. Like, this is it. Like, don't hold it in. Whatever you're feeling, do not hold it in because you think it's not going to be received well. Because you're only holding yourself back. And that's on them if they can't understand you. It's on them if they can, ask you, hey, can you say that again? And if they can't, not your problem. Hand in hand. See, I think this is some sort of a relationship in the sense of both needing to respect and, say, okay, we got this. I mean, think about how it is when you are holding someone's hand. You feel connected. You feel like they want to be there. And it's just this really beautiful physical touch, love language that calms you down. So maybe there needs to be some sort of physical touch that happens during this like conversation. Or at least something is done so that you do feel connected to this person. they're either going to do something to you to help calm you down, or you're going to do something to them. But whatever it is, there's going to be some, we're together on this. And we got the letter I, and putting yourself out there. So, and again, that's a message. So, and then broken spoke. To me, the broken spoke is really describing something that isn't going to be a quick fix. You know, like a tire busting, like the tube. Okay, cool. Most people can like actually carry an extra tube in their little, I don't know, I'm not a biker, but like they carry these like little safety things so that they can get back on the road and go. But you break a spoke, you're not riding the bike anymore. It's done until you get it to wherever you need to do and they can fix it. But it's not like on your trip, all of a sudden that happens and you're going to fix it real quickly and get back on. No. So I think that's kind of an interesting thing. Like, is this a conversation of things that just aren't working? Okay, if that's the case, understand that there's no need to be rude. I feel like maybe that's the story here is like, hey, let's not be rude in the situation. Let's just understand that we're all like, you know, walking towards the end goal here, you know, and just kind of, listen, I don't care, you know, like almost like a personal energy of like, I don't care if I was right and you were wrong. I think we're just done. Let's just be cool, calm, collected about this. Take your bye, you know, and just make it feel even so that someone doesn't feel like they have to get the upper hand. Because someone here with this broken spoke, I feel like someone here really did, you know, mess it up. Okay. 666 and Homestead. Yeah, I think oh, I got like this funny, like interesting, just like, nah, I'll stay home. And then 444. Okay, so we've got these all four came out at the same time. This was by itself, but we got 6, 4, and Homestead. That's a 10. And all the 10s, like your 10 of Pentacles, your 10 of Cups, that is the pentacle or pinnacle, pinnacle of home, inside and outside. So it's like, I like how they both came out. It's almost like, okay, I mean, after I was just saying, I think like, I was just saying how I know I was right, you were wrong, but I'm not gonna like, I'm just gonna keep it even. I'm gonna keep it so that everyone thinks that we're even here, because even if I'm a 6 and you're a 4 in this situation, that is not going to get us to this ending. It's not going to resolve anything. It's just going to cause pain and rudeness and, you know what I mean? But it says balance is either needed or acquired, and stability allows for a solid foundation. So I don't know why. I just want to giggle and laugh right now. And I know this situation doesn't call for that. I think this is a really rough situation. But I almost do still feel like it's kind of comical, where you're like, wow, I mean, this doesn't have to go this way, you know? And then we got the basically this card is the God dang it, what is it? It's that the horn on a car. But it's the old school one that's like loud as hell, and it's like Aruga, you know, like they always do that in the videos or movies. But it's like jarring, And it's basically, the card is really, energy is pay the F attention, pay attention. Pay attention. There's something that's going to be so alarming that you're just going to go, what? Nope. And that, I mean, I just don't like these two cards together. I don't like when one of these cards comes out, especially with love, because it's not really the greatest energy. It's more of like, but it is good if you're willing to work it out and you have a relationship that's actually gotten off the ground and you respect each other and and you want to move forward. These aren't bad cards. If these are cards like, anytime other than that, it's not very good, because, oh God, this little guy, I'm done. No. These cards don't really feel very like, hey, we're going to make it through this together. These are more like, hey, we got to talk, and that is only okay when you've actually established that you want to be together. You want to continue to be together. So, but I really feel like this is like a Phoenix rising energy with this fire portal. But I don't know. This is so interesting how, but at the end, remember, it goes through the nature. You're going to turn back to what you are comfortable with and what's perfect for you. And it's going to be this rare emotional breakthrough in what seems like the dark. So, I mean, you can't look at it bad that way, right? Okay, what else can we know about this portal energy? What are we going to see like now on this other side? Cupid's arrow and not enough. Oh, God. I'm sorry, guys. I wish I had some better energy to relay. It says, have faith, love is coming, a surprise invitation or meeting, hesitation, and then not enough. Frustrated in a relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fear, ego issues, and jealousy. So, okay. I really feel like maybe this is the key root of it all. So either this is on your side or it's on their side, but there's some lack of feeling like enough that always blocks this person from moving it into something that is worthwhile or really getting it up off the ground. But if this is the other person for your situation, you do not need to stick around for this. Do what you want, but do what you want. You're going to do what you want anyway. But some of you need to hear that the universe is not asking you to just keep putting up with it. This is almost like one of those tests to see, okay, how far are you going to let this one go? When they have already shown you they're not capable of, very simple respect with, like, to me, this is the epitome of this week. Like, communication is the most simplest form of respect. Especially in a world where we're getting online and texting and nobody wants to call somebody anymore. Like, calling somebody used to be the best. You didn't have any questions about what they said, how they said it. But somehow and you probably won't even get a text or a call back if you do call somebody. I mean, it's that ridiculous. But in the online world, dating wise, it's kind of expected to respond or to initiate technological communication. And if you can't, why are you on there? You know, it's just why. And if you can't learn at this point what just simple respect is by communicating, then it's clear. It's very clear. Like there's men and women now who have really been able to decipher in like 3 texts if this is ever going to be something. And I know I mean, for a lot of people who are dating right now, that's ridiculous to them. Like, how would you know in 3 texts? And I've risen to the top of going, yes, I can tell within 3 texts if this is worth my time, energy, or effort. If you cannot reply within, when I see that you're online and you cannot reply within, a couple minutes, and it takes an hour, and then it takes another hour after that, we're done. Like, there's no point. So I think that's a really big deal for people right now, is just understanding that you are being judged on some level, because what you put out to somebody with your communication shows you all that they need to know about how you respect them and how you respect yourself. Because if you don't care if that other person is going to reply to you within a day, why are you even doing it? So but I think there's so my point is I feel like some of you needed to hear that, no, you need to like kind of dial in the discernment on other people's level of communication to you, to see if that's really where you're supposed to be staying. And then reminiscing, keepsake, perception, learn from the past, and make memories. So I think that's exactly what I just said. Like, I think this is one more time that they're showing you, hey, choose you. And I'm not going to lie, I think that this is going to be a tempting situation to stay in. Pain. If you don't feel it now, then later you'll be a human jack in the box. Unpredictable pain. It says just as important as happiness. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I think this situation is going to somewhat feel painful, because I mean, for some of you, this keeps happening. This is just one in the long line. Some of you also, I feel like it's this person pretended to be everything that they turned out not to be. That for some of you. And for some of you, I think it's like almost the energy of like, you feel this. Like you are taking ownership right now of like, why do I do this? Why do I always want to get so close? But when I get to the damn door, with one of these, I freak. I freeze. I absolutely freeze. I almost like DoorDash or whatever that thing is. Duck and Dash or something, where it's like, that is what that is. Thank you. I was trying to figure out, and that's what it is. You get to that door. For some of you, you get to that door. You're like, yeah, this is what I want. This person is great. This is the person. I like this person. Oh my God, the first time I've liked somebody. You get to the door and you absolutely freeze. So what do? You have to do something. So then you act the exact opposite of what you were hoping that you would do. And it's probably something you've done in the past, but it's like this nervous energy. And so you knock on the door, you leave a bag of crap, and then you jet. You know what I mean? It's like, you handled that terribly, and you know it. And I mean, that's extreme. I'm not trying to like, just know what it's an example, a very extreme example of like how some of us don't really intend to act this way. But once we get in that situation, all of our past has really just combined and not been healed. And then all of a sudden we respond the exact way that we know is going to be hurtful to them and you. But some reason you still do it, you know? And I'm not judging. I'm not. I'm telling you what this energy is. I just happen to understand it because I've been there. I sit back and think about things I did in relationships, and I'm like, I was on autopilot. Like, if I were to go back to that one situation again, everything, like, I know in the moment I had no choice. Like, I literally was on autopilot. I was doing stuff that I was like, why would you do that, Letitia? Why would you do that? Why did you say that? Why did you act that way? And I'm like, I have no explanation. I just did it. And now I look back and just go, oh my God, it's amazing that human being like doesn't tell you it's parties. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, guess what? This girl once did this. Maybe they do, but I think they have enough respect for me even after everything to not do that. But I have definitely been in situations that I'm so cringy at what I had done. And I'm like, I don't know. Again, I feel like I was on autopilot because it's kind of this energy where you're like, I acted the opposite I wanted to. So there's no way around it. I can't even describe it. I don't even, like maybe a therapist could tell me one day, but I don't know why I acted that way. So some of you, that's what this situation is, but it's all because of this trapped pain from your past that is accumulated. And guess what? It doesn't mean that it has to be a lot of pain. It just has to mean it has one little thing, and you're triggering, and the universe is going to keep sending you people that are going to trigger you. Bottom line, everyone thinks, oh, I have such bad luck because I keep attracting this type of person. No, you are such a high manifester that you are actually calling in all of the situations to get you to the most healed space that you could possibly be. So if that involves multiple situations that are just like, oh my God, why am I dealing with this again? That means you are manifesting really, you're attracting situations to help you heal. And the faster you see it that way, then the faster you get here, if this is what your goal is. Sacred vow to pledge yourself to another for eternity and to become one. So just understand that now this is going to probably be a very specific video for, only those who are single, first off, dating second. And, but I also just know that this is what this feels like. That's all I can say. And I just got chills all the way down my arm, but I'm going to hope that this is the end of this portal, right? Let's work on the sacred vow. What is the sacred vow? I'm going to clean all this up. I don't want this on the table anymore. Please tell us more on the sacred vow. Thank you. And of course it flew over here. Mercury, the magician. What did I just say? That you're high. Oh. Thank you, Spirit. When you are getting nonstop people that feel good, but then all of a sudden are like, whoa, that took a turn, like that's just dating. But it's also called manifesting. You're attracting things that you need to heal. Because once you heal to enough, and then also it also takes into consideration that your other counterpart that's on this planet waiting for y'all to meet is divine timing. They might be either ahead of you, waiting for you to catch up, or you're ahead of them and you're going to be waiting for them to catch up. Because divine timing is going to make it where that at this moment in time is when it happens. You cannot escape it. So if you know that you can't escape it, and this is, again, all I believe, doesn't mean you have to believe it, but this is a mindset that I believe, that when you're meant to be with that person, there's nothing that will stop it. So it helps me go, okay, well, I'm going to continue to date, and I'm going to, it might be that person, it might not. I won't know unless I try, you know, but I have to be more conscious in dating, because I can't just be like, you know what I mean? You know, you have to just be very, very respectful for your boundaries, for them. And again, communicate. And the whole point is that the more times people show you what you need to work on, the more it's actually proving that you are attracting what you need to do to learn that lesson. So therefore you can be ready for your counterpart. All right, we got element of air. Oh, this is it. It's communication. Intellectual, idealistic, communicative, curious, inventive, bright ideas, diplomatic, which is very important, especially when breaking things off. Just be chill, you know? Cold, alert, gathering information, mental acuity, and clever. But again, to me, it's just that communication that's been heavy this week. See? Whip. Arguments, fighting, abuse, tense, painful, doing it again, snapped, over and done, kinky sex, anger, and repetitive. But I really feel like this is, again, just reiterating what I've said already from what I felt. You are going to have to find out where your boundaries are. Enforce them yourself. No one else is going to enforce your boundaries. And it's going to feel foreign. I'm going to tell you that right now. Sometimes like I've like put in boundaries, and then immediately, like the next day, I think that night, I was like, yeah, did it. You know, like I respected myself and I said no. And then the next day I wake up and I reread it and I'm like, holy shit, I think I just messed up. Like, oh my God, what did I do? So it's not gonna be easy the first few times. Okay. That's what I need to make sure that is said. But also discern when you're just dropping people for the silliest ick, because that's not appropriate either. Communication is an ick, a valid ick. If we cannot communicate, what do we have? Nothing. Because one day I may not be able to get up out of a chair, and you may be can't hear me. You know, like eventually we're going to be older people, and our bodies are not going to respond the same way they are right now. You know, so what are we going to have in common at that point? Or am I going to be so muted out and done with life that I'm not going to care if I can't communicate with you because I'm so over it? No, that's not my dream life at all. Like, I want to be the Notebook couple who, like, still, even with dementia, can connect. Like, that is my dream life. So if we can't even communicate now, then we have nothing. So my point is that I think that that's what, if we boil it all down, communication is number one within a relationship, because good communication creates trust. And trust is the key to all relationships. Trust, communication creates trust. Communication, trust create love. Deep love, not just, puppy love or stuff like that. Like deep connection is always created by like actual tangible stuff like communication. So, and then we got the loons, deeply committed, uncommon bonds, family, manifest deepest desires, all in for what you love, and reawaken lost hopes. So how does that work with the whip? Why is that here with the whip? Oh. The mice came out. So it's like you're worried. Maybe, okay. For some of you, I really feel like this is you worried that like, once again, it didn't work out. Will I ever find this person? I don't think I'm ever going to get everything that I want. And then it causes this fear loop that's pretty much starts you back at square one instead of having to, the hamster wheel, you know what I mean? But also I'm hearing it also is, don't get yourself in a situation where you expect to have fighting in relationships. There's been, I've talked to many people like that too. I've seen many couples like that where I'm like, y'all act like y'all like to fight and it's playful and fun. Well, I've seen several different like couples, ones that are like, they're playful fighting, but they get, you feel something underlying it where you're like, ooh, they have things that they need to work on, because you shouldn't. The feeling I get from watching them playful fight, it's not going to be playful forever. It's going to turn into shit, and then there's others that are like downright mean to one another, and you're just like, it's uncomfortable to be around those people. I try to refuse to be around those kind of couples. But they've been married for however many years and they have no choice. Like they do not have any thought process to end it. And you're just looking at them like, God, that's got to be exhausting. It's got to be exhausting. So my point is that I feel like there's a part here that needs to be said. Do not think that just to have somebody that is special to you, that you're going to have to just be better at fighting or accept fighting, or, you know what I mean? Yes, you're going to have differences and you're going to have obstacles and challenges and conversations that are not nice. Yes, you will have that in a relationship, but it should not be all the time. Like, I don't know what the right amount is. I don't, because I don't. But I don't know if there is such a thing. But I mean, every week sounds like a lot to me, because for me, an argument raises my anxiety up tenfold. So if my nervous system is going, like, that is not healthy for my nervous system, which therefore will translate into other problems in my body. So there's that message. Okay, I think we're good. It says magnifying glass, clarity, research. There's two things here about maybe gathering information, researching things, examining the fine print. But I really feel like it's you having to really see what your relationship has to stand the test of time. And if it does, great. And if it doesn't, great. At least you know. So, but whatever it is, this person, whoever is in this situation with you, They came here to, I saw this earlier when that fell off, is y'all had a soul contract here. They are important. They are important for you to see what you want out of this, whether that's with them or without. But you both came here to show each other this. But like I said, that doesn't mean it has to be them. So, okay. But the universe is definitely sending you things to, or they're sending you things, signs for you to delve deeper. What time is it? Oh my God, I gotta go. Dang it. One last card from my mixed tape oracle. Thank you for making it quick. Yep, that's one last card. Okay, cool. Here we go. Oh my God. I told you this person is going to be spicy where it's going to be a hard choice. Fair warning. You already know this. But guess what? I had this vision the other day in the shower where it was like shower thoughts are the best because you literally just like go into another world, about how King Arthur, so this is, wrap it up. The King Arthur and the Round Table, the Knights of the Round Table, it's always been like legend that these knights they didn't get knighthood just because they showed up and they were like, yeah, let's fight. No, they had to prove that they were worthy of their knighthood. That's what made them so special. I'm sure there was knights prior to that, but King Arthur's were the best of the best. They had been challenged with situations that were not the normal man would have chosen. Like a fair maiden, half naked, putting herself on him when he was single. You know, like I don't even know where I'm getting this, but this was the vision I got. This knight was completely single, ready to mingle, had no responsibilities to account for. And here he has this like amazing option, throwing them at himself. And no one's watching. It was literally just him and her and God, you know? And it's like in those moments, those nights, when they were presented with maybe a situation similar to that, they all chose the one that would benefit them in the long run. And sure as hell, you find later that if he had been with that damsel in distress or whatever, it would have been the king's brother's daughter. You know what I mean? Like it would have turned out tragic for him. But you don't know in the moment. And so you really are, tasked with the choice of, am I morally going to stick with this or choose otherwise? So that was my vision the other day. And it goes along with this because I said, this is going to be a very spicy choice and option. Not to say it's wrong. This is up to your discernment. Okay. But again, all this energy is combining for this. It says, when I put my lips on you, I feel the shivers go up and down your spine for me, make you cry for me. When I put my lips on you, I hear your voice echoing all through the night for me. Baby, cry for me. It's Lips on You by Maroon 5. And that song, go listen to it if you want more downloads during it for your situation. But I think it's just really, it's almost like ghost-like. Like even when you're not there, it's got this leftover energy that really just leaves a mark. But again, I mean, God dang, I said that was going to be the last card, but I really feel like there's one little thing that's on the tip of my tongue that I can't figure out what the energy feels like. What is this regarding? Okay. You had it right, Letitia. It's the chart. You have a choice. You have two routes to go. What are you going to choose? You're going to stick with this lustful energy. It's a hard one to choose not to choose. I get it. Or you're going to pick the one that has like respect for themselves and for you. Maybe not as spicy, but I have a feeling it would be worthwhile 1,000 times over. And that doesn't mean that there is someone. It's just the possibility of someone who would actually communicate with you in times of rough situations and not so rough situations, So anyway, I hope this has helped you. I think it's actually helped me. So I hope it has helped you as well. And God willing, YouTube will put this out because they never do. So my lives are like the least watched thing I have. And I have no clue because these messages are insane. Anyway, so if you got to the end, please like the video. Please put a, I don't know, whatever emoji you think. I would say a sword because that's all about communication in the tarot deck. So put swords. And if you're new, subscribe. Would love to have you part of the tribe. So y'all have a great, great Sunday and have a great week. And remember, we're in Pisces season. My birthday's coming up. And this is the end of the year, end of winter, and we are about to start off a brand new zodiac year. So I hope y'all have a great one, and y'all take care. Bye.